Alright, I'm going to show you 3 Roblox plugins I made to bring a Blender-like workflow into Roblox. I made these to make life a little bit easier and to keep myself from burning the Roblox headquarters to the ground. I'm going to start this video in Blender by making a little house, and then later we'll do the same process in Roblox to show the similar workflows. Alright, this is a narration after the fact, but you can see that I'm using the move tool and the scale tool, the rotate tool, the 3D cursor quite liberally, and making this using the selection brush circle select thing. Using all the tools to trade, the local mode, the local access. Now I'm using this quick menu for adding the color. Use the brush tool again, and there we go, duplicating it over. And yeah, that's just standard Blender. Huh? What? What? I was in Roblox the whole time? No. No. That can't be possible. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too cringe, but yep, look, I tricked you, or maybe not, maybe you realized what was going on, but look at this. Fake GUI, let me bring the properties panel back in. Ta-da! Look at that, like a magic trick. See, let me now fix the lighting, remove these things, make the base plate visible, get rid of the axis things, set the lighting back to normal, and yep, look at that. Normal Roblox. If you fell for it, smash that like... Okay, no, that was enough cringe for one video. Okay, after way too long of an intro, here's the actual plugins. Each one will be linked in the description, along with a tutorial for it. So, number 1, Blender Tools. This adds a number of Blender features to Roblox. That's camera presets, that's how I was doing the numpad 137 thing. Last selection highlight, that adds a highlight to your last selection. Blender 3D cursor, it adds the Blender 3D cursor and the pie menu, hide/unhide. Don't know if I demonstrated that, but it allows you to do H and Alt-H to hide things and unhide things. Blender Transform Tools, which does the move tools, the rotate tools, the scale tool, and everything you'd expect that to have. Selection histories, I also don't think I showed this, but you can do Shift-Z and Shift-Y to unselect and reselect things. Really helpful. And Scale Handles tool, which I'll just skip for this video because it's not really Blender related. But here's some examples of me using these. Once again, yep, there we go. You already saw me using this, so we won't use it too much. But here's hiding it, and unhiding it, and hiding it again, and unhiding it. Here's selection history. Look at that, going back and forth. And the second one is selection filter. This has a lot of different features that are really useful. Mainly you can add parameters for properties and attributes and tags and classes to select things either from a root with search children and search descendants, or what we use in this and more Blender related things, square select and circle select, which I found to B and C and work like this. You see, look at that. Selection tool, it use shift to add to it, control to negate from it, alt to shoot through walls. It also comes with circle select, which control mouse wheel will resize, and look at that, same deal, very much like Blender. You'll figure it out, you're a smart cookie. And the third one is this one here called quick menu. It's a bunch of context-based functions. It's not super Blender related, but it's Blender inspired. So look at this, we can go through it and see there's a shit ton of functions. These appear based on the context of what you have selected, and you can add keybinds to them to be able to bypass the context menu and just run it immediately. So let's do some samples of this, though you should really just play with it to find out how it works. Randomized color, for instance. This one you could do a bunch of different random colors. You can make it apply individually. Invert selection, you like clicking Control-I in Blender. You could bind it to key Control-I if you wanted to. Color type, we already showed that one. Randomized transform, this one. You can do a bunch of crazy randomization. Look at that. Wild. Simulate physics for selected parts. See, look at that. It simulated the physics without running the game. Pretty cool. Got name modifiers. These are really useful for organization. Got a bunch of stuff for copying things. You can read these yourself. The image ones are really useful. You've got pixel fix, which removes those white borders. You've got add outline. To add an outline, you've got adjust color. We'll do that one as a demonstration. Look at that. See right here. Now if we do apply, voila. There's some cool GUI ones too. Look at these. So I'll leave it up for a second so you can look at them. I'll demonstrate give shadow. Look at that. It's a shadow. Can't believe it. Incredible. So you can see that this one has a mesh ID of 918. This one has 112. All of these are likewise different, yet they're all cubes. So that's obviously a waste of space in memory to have the same mesh duplicated like that. There's a function called consolidate duplicate meshes under workspace. If we click that, we'll see, you can look at the output here. Now look at that. They're all the same mesh, which is obviously much better for memory. Two things to note about the quick menu. One, it's open source, and I'd really like for other people to make their own functions for it. I think that would be quite fun. And two, you have to install it locally for things like the mesh and the image editing functions to work, because they have to have access to create asset async, or whatever it's called, which for some reason only works for local plugins. Anyways, that's all. If you were convinced by the first 2 minutes of this video, then I don't think I need to convince you any further. Pretty cool plugins, right?